Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Never Age TV. Guys, today we are discussing being left with a burden that is not yours. And I was left with a burden that is not mine for a long time. He disappeared on me when I had 2 kids. We had 2 kids. The children were ours. Yes, but he disappeared on me, guys. He left me. He went to another woman's house and I was left with the kids. I did not have a job. I had to feed them. Guys, please like and subscribe to this channel. This is Never Age TV. Guys, let me tell you, God will always come through for you. It doesn't matter what you go through. A human being can abandon you, but God can never, never, ever abandon you, guys. He left me 2 kids, went away to his girlfriend's place. Little did I know that married men are supposed to have girlfriends, but I got to know then when it happened to me. He didn't care what the children were eating, how they were schooling, because they were in the early stages of school. He didn't care how they were sleeping. He just left. He went to his girlfriend's place. The most painful thing is that he went in the locality, and my neighbors could tell me that they see him around. They see his car around. They see him around. They see him pick and drop the other woman. And I was there miserable with his kids, not knowing what I would do. It continued for about 7 months. And guys, it is not easy when you are waking up in the morning to see 2 hungry mouths, yours being the third one, and with nothing to offer. I went from house to house looking for a housemaid job, and I kept knocking at doors to look for employment in order to place a plate of food on the table for my children. But guys, he never cared. One time I was informed that as my neighbor was passing just along the road, she found them uploading shopping from their vehicle, or his vehicle, and they had come from shopping. They had come from a supermarket where they had done a lot of shopping. And guys, that is the day I remember very well. I did not have cooking oil. I had the onions, but I needed the cooking oil. And these children had spent the previous night without food. I'd worked in the compound in the estate looking for a job to caregive, which I didn't get. The children are eating at home. That day they did not go to school because previously they were sick. And I one time thought of locking those children in the house and just disappearing. But another thought told me that I went to the hospital and pushed these children out of my body. So there is no way I would have done that to them. So what I used to do is to boil porridge, and I made sure at least I had a pint of milk, and I would give them porridge and milk mixed with milk. And why I realized that was important is because once you feed a child with a lot of porridge, the stomach becomes very, very full. And that child is able to go and jump around out there with other kids. And before they get sick, hungry, and they come back again asking for something to bite, an hour or 2 will have gone. And then they'll come and I'll give them more porridge. They'll come and I'll give them more porridge and they would sleep. On waking up, I would give them more porridge. Until one day, I said enough is enough. And because I knew I had heard word where their father disappeared to, I decided to walk with those children to the doors of that home and drop them there. So the day I was supposed to take them to their father in that woman's house arrived. And I woke up my children in the morning, I bathed them, and I put their clothes in a paper bag. They only had 2 pieces of clothes each. Thank God they were out of diapers. And then it was not the diapers days, it was the napkin days. And I set out to go to the place where it is said their father was staying. So guys, I was lucky to find them still in the compound. They had not left for work, because I woke up very early and headed there. And guys, when I reached to the doors of that home, it happened that I just found the lady of the house walking out, followed by my husband. And fortunately, my eyes met my husband's eyes, and he freaked out. And that is the time I just placed the paper bags on the roof of his car, those that had the clothes for the kids, and I told children, go to your dad. The children knew the dad, they loved him, so they went running, holding him and hugging him, and he was all surprised. He did not know what to tell me, and immediately the children went to their father. I started walking back. Remember the paper bags on top of his car, which was just parked outside there? I just walked back and went to the house. He tried to fumble something, tried to speak something that I didn't hear very well, but I was very, very fast to walk away. I knew that I had taken the children to their father, so I knew the children are not with a stranger. And if the father has found happiness in another woman's arms and home, then I was ready to just give him his baggage and also go look for my happiness elsewhere. So remember, I went back to his own home where he abandoned us, and I also did not have anything to eat, but I desired to be there alone and die of hunger alone than die with the children. Guys, in the fraction of an hour, my husband was back home with the children and their clothes. And the minute I heard the vehicle outside, guys, I went out through the back door and disappeared. So he came to the compound, he looked for me, he didn't get me. He went to our room, he found it intact, my clothes were there, his were there. He did not know what to do, there was no house help. He could not abandon the children there, so he stayed with them. I could peep from a corner that I went hiding to, and I could see him struggle with them. They were telling him they're hungry, and he could go to the kitchen, prepare eggs for them. I don't know where he bought eggs. That time he managed to buy eggs, but all this time he had abandoned those children. He never bought eggs for them. And later I saw him drive out with the kids, and I was still hiding in the compound, guys, and came back with the children after some hour or so, having shopped with a lot of things in the packing bags. I didn't know what they were, and the children were eating ice cream, and I wondered all this time that he had gone, what did he think these children were eating? I waited until dark, and he kept checking out to see whether I was coming, and when he didn't see me, he went to the kitchen and cooked for the kids. Guys, he ended up sleeping in that house with the children. I don't know how he managed not to go to work that day, because after cooking for the kids, even the following day he didn't go. And guys, I went and slept at my neighbor's, and he didn't know. But I kept watch. A mother will always keep watch. I kept watch to make sure that my children were fed and that my children were well. But guys, didn't this man look for me the following day? He went to my mother's home. He went to my sister's homes. He called everybody trying to look for me. And that is when I realized that these men think that we are their help, house helps. They don't consider us as wives, but they consider us as households. Because all he wanted and all he said at home, he told my mom, is that I only want her to come and take care of her children, our children, and I will provide. And my question was, why wouldn't he take care himself? These are also his children. And he was taking care of other people's children wherever he had gone, while he had abandoned his. But anyway, guys, there comes a time when you also decide, let me give it a second try. And I said, let me go back to my children, because I was feeding for them. There was nobody to wash their clothes. There was nobody to bathe them. He doesn't know anything about bathing children or cooking for them, washing their clothes. So I had to go back. But this was after he promised to not disappear again. But guys, immediately I returned. He was good for about only 1 week, but he still continued sneaking out. And guys, I cannot even start telling you how painful it was to see him again sneak out. And I was wondering, will I also disappear a second time? But guys, with time, I don't know what happened. I think it's God's intervention. He later settled, and things came back to normal. But in life, you don't laugh every day. There are usually ups and downs, but at least the bigger problem was sorted. So guys, please like and subscribe to this channel. And if you have ever gone through a session in life when you do not know what you can do, write in the comment section and share your experience. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.